Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host Rob. This video we're going to do another PC computer video. This time I'm going to show you how to save a little bit of money when building that ultimate gaming rig. Okay guys, welcome back. So my last computer video, obviously I showed you how to build a computer. It was a basic build, and that went pretty well. It was the first time doing it, so a little bit of hiccups there, but I think for the most part you guys got the point. Now what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to show you all the parts. I just got this order a couple of days back and finally got all the parts in today, and I'm going to show you this order that I got. Now the customer's budget was about $1,000, and basically, at the end of the day, her cost was $959 after everything was said and done. And I'm going to show you what I put together for her. And I'm going to show you really how you can save some money, because there's some items here that she got that's not even necessary. So we're going to go through it first. So $959, right off the bat, you can knock off about 77 bucks because she went with a wireless adapter, which is not part of the quoted build. She wanted this as an addition, so I got her this. So this is a Link wireless adapter that she wanted installed, and she wanted some gaming headset. So I got her this, went through this, and we got the Logitech G230, and this was about 40 bucks. So roughly right there, you can automatically shave off 80 bucks roughly from this build, just invested alone in the headset and the adapter. So we have $959. I just got a little calculator here because I want to. So right now this is at $879. Right now there were some other things that she wanted that I normally wouldn't include in the build as well, and it's right here. We'll get to the other parts in a minute. Just want to show you guys. Now she also, because she's going to be playing games, but she's also going to be doing video graphics. She's going to be running programs like Maya, things of that nature. So she has a much higher demand for RAM. So her PC is going to have 16 gigabytes of RAM as opposed to the normal 8 that I would include in this build. So 16 gigabytes of RAM, you can probably deduct about another 60 bucks from this build if you were just to get the 8, and that brings it down to $819. So this is what I would normally bring into the build based on someone who wanted a gaming rig. First, let's go to the video card, because I'm sure that's what all of you are wondering. Now, this is a GTX 650 GDDR5, 2 gigabytes of RAM, GeForce video card. All right, it's not a 760, it's not a 660, but you want to know something? This video card is very, very good. It can run pretty much any game, most games at high level. We're talking about, like I said, memory bus of 128, HDMI input, DVI input, D-sub. We got all the features here. Kepler GPU architecture, NVIDIA 3D Vision Ray, FXAA technology, DirectX 11, OpenGL 4.2, PCI Express 3.0, which is the same as PCIe 16X, so it goes on the best slot on your motherboard. It has all the features that you need to run very high graphic intense games. It's a very, very good card. So this is what she's getting, and this card is more than sufficient to run Maya and 3DS. And I do know this for a fact because I actually have those two programs, and according to the specs, this is more than sufficient RAM. So she's more than set for this. Okay, so to support all the other items, when you look into the build, I always opt to go in, even now with the 4th generation Intel processors out, I still, until the 4th generation i5 drops in price, I still opt for the i5 3470. Very good processor. Some people opt to go for the 3470K. That's what I have in my machine. But, in terms of, she's on a budget. She has a $1,000 budget, and she wanted some other amenities. I had to obviously dabble a little bit. but still a very, very good processor. When you compare it to the i7, obviously the i7 performs better, but I always take into account price versus performance. Is the extra cost for the i7 worth the extra upgrade in performance? It is not. You can do a search online, and many people will say the i5 3570K is the best processor for gaming. I happen to agree. I actually had an i7 once. I dipped down to the i5 3570K just to compare, and I have seen no difference in performance. So if you're ever going to go for a processor, right now the 4th generations are out. Those are still the word is still out on those in terms of whether or not you go with the i7 or the i5. But as of right now, because the 4th generation processors are more expensive, 3570K for her, she'll get all the power that she needs out of this. Very good processor, and she will be happy. Once again, as you saw in my last video, OEM DVD-R drive, rewritable internal burner. As you've seen before, OEM hard drive. This is a Seagate 1 terabyte, 7200 RPMs, SATA 3. And the power supply. Now this I will open up and show you right now, because the last video I showed you guys, you got to see a power supply that was already included with the computer case. But the bad thing about that is you see how the wires were all discombobulated, just were not organized, and it takes a lot of work to get those to be organized in such a way that it looks decent, it looks neat. Sometimes you have to disattach something and reattach it, move this, move that. But some of these other processors, some of these other power supplies do not come that way. They come like this, all right? And there's the cord. They come with all the wires, just like this. Actually, this one's still connected, but see, this for me is better and easier. So you can see that very heavy-duty wire, much easier to zip tie together. They're very flexible, right? And this particular power supply is 750 watts, which quite frankly is overkill even for this build, because the video card would probably take about 350 to 400 watts of power itself, but the rest of the computer won't even need much more than that. However, I got this because it was on sale. It was a good price, and you know, can never have too much. So as you can see, much neater, you know, easier to keep these binded together. And also, like I said, with some of these computer cases, they come with little compartments where you can dip the wire around. Makes it even more neater. You don't get those with some of the lower end ones that already have power supplies, but that's what you get when you have a cheaper build. Now the case that I got her is this one here. It's a very simple ultra mid-tower ATX case. As you can see, unlike the other case, the power supply goes in the bottom, and this is awesome because if you notice here, where's the fan? Fan is on the bottom. You get that heat out, keeps the machine cool. And normally this one doesn't have it, but a lot of the cases that I normally buy have like a vent here. So when that fan is blowing down, it catches the dust. You remove the vent, clean off the dust, put it back, and you're clean. This is a good way to keep your computer from getting all the dust in it. My computer I've had now for a little over a year, never had to dust it out because all my vans and the way I have it set up, everything gets blown out. I got little vent filters all over, little dust filters all over the place to clean it up. And you know, and this one does have compartments. Again, I'm not gonna open this now because I'm not actually doing this build tonight, but when I do, I'll probably go over it with you guys if you want. Depends who's requesting it. But this does have, I believe, yes, it does have little slots to lay the power supply wires, so that way it's a lot neater, a lot easier to work with. You have a lot more room. And finally, the only thing I didn't show you was the motherboard. Now, this is another micro ATX, which normally I don't use for a gaming build, but she doesn't plan on upgrading. And that's another question I usually ask my customers, is if they want the option to upgrade in the future. Well, if they say they want that option, I go with an ATX, because with an ATX, you have a lot more capacity for RAM. Most ATX motherboards are upgradable to 32 gigs of RAM, while a micro ATX is normally upgradable to only 16. Not to mention, and you can see very similar, and not to mention, you get here, I'm going to bring it closer, you get your, obviously, your PCIe 16. This is where the video card's going. That blue one right there that I was just pointing at. Oh, right there. And then you got your PCIe, which is this little one right there. See if we can get that closer. Right there that I got my finger on, that little one. That's where her wireless adapter is going to go. And then she's got one more slot, PCI 2, and that's it. And then she's got 2 memory module slots. That's where each memory chip's gonna go. So when she gets this machine, she's pretty much gonna be maxed out in RAM, and she's only have 1 slot available. But like I said, she doesn't plan on expanding. She will probably just as well buy a new machine. But quite frankly, with a build like this, she's gonna be good to go for a while. And the beauty of it is, she can upgrade the video card if she wants. She'll never need more memory. She'll never need more RAM. I have 16 gigs of RAM running on my machine, and my machine runs beautifully. I do have programs like Maya and 3ds Max. They run perfectly fine. You can't really maybe multitask them. That's a bit of a stretch, because they are very intense programs, but for the most part, they will do well. So that's pretty much it for this video. I just kind of wanted to show you guys this and show you guys that you can save money and have a kick-ass gaming rig. You don't need the water cooling pipes. You don't need any of that flashy stuff. It's all about how you set up your fans. You set them up in a way so that you suck in the heat and blow it out through the back of the machine. And I can tell you right now, I can put my hand in my case and it feels like an air conditioner. And I don't have water cooling. Never had it. Never will get it. It's expensive. It's too risky. One little thing hits that rubber little pipe and you get water all over your machine and it's gone. So it's not worth the investment. And again, remember, like I said, there were pieces here that she got that were not, you know, that's what she wanted. That was her order. So, and even with the $1,000 budget, I still end up saving her almost 40 bucks, a little over 40 bucks. And she can use that to buy herself a game or go on Steam and buy a couple of games, whatever she wants. And that's how I roll. And this will take me about an hour and a half to build. If you guys want to see me put this machine together, just let me know. I might skip some parts from the last build because there's only a couple of extra things you might need to see. But it's all up to you. I'll let you guys, I'll let you guys let me know if you want to see me build this machine and put it together. And then my next video in this category, I'm going to show you my computer. I'm going to open it up, take it apart, show you guys what I have, show you what my setup's like, and see what you guys think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.